What's going on, everyone? IUG here, Coach Jesus Tyrants back for my week 1 team builder against Andrew, coach of the Miami Donphan. As of now, I do not know if he has a channel as when I'm recording this, but if he does, be sure to check him out if I have the link in the description whenever this video goes up. But in the meantime, just enjoy the video. Starting off, what I wanted to say, what I want to deal with is his team outlook. His OU, he has Celesteela, Garchomp, and Mimikyu. His UU picks are Arcanine, Nihilego, and Empoleon. His RU picks are Jolteon, Shaymin, and Glalie. And his NU picks are Uxie, Gurdurr, and Rampardos. If you want to be under that team, that will be down in the description below, as long as my team, so you can see my team as well. Will not explain my whole team because there was a whole video for that, but looking at his team, there is a bunch of many different threats on his team, but I have Pokemon that can deal with that. Starting off with Celesteela, can be a bunch of different sets, can be bulky, can be offensive, can be like a sweeping set, can chip down all my Pokemon, can do many different things. And that's what is really good about Celesteela. He has Garchomp, and I've used Garchomp last season, so I pretty much know what Garchomp can do offensively as well as defensively. Seeing that Mimikyu is something a little different because it's like one trick. It's like a like a one trick pony. You mainly see like Swords Dance, and then Play Rough, Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak, or Wood Hammer, whatever those 4 moves. And then you'd either have like a certain item like Life Orb or a Z move on it. Even with that Z move that it gets, it's Mimikyu Z. Let's cuddle together. I think that's what it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the Z move it gets as far as I'm concerned. But that's basically it for Mimikyu. Arcanine, I know from experience because that's the Pokemon I actually wanted to draft from UU firsthand. Sadly, I did not get it, but what I know about Arcanine is it is a really good Pokemon, offensively and defensively, just like any other, like how I said about Celesteela and Garchomp. Nihilego is an offensive Pokemon, really can't take hits well, especially with that 4 times weakness to Earthquake. Does not handle it well, but you usually see like Specs, Scarf, sometimes with Focus Sash lead with carrying like Rock, then they have like Sludge Wave, Power Gem, or a few other moves to back it up. Empoleon is basically a bulk Pokemon. Can either set up rocks, defog them away, hazards away. Can phase out the opponent's Pokemon with Roar. Has access, is like his main Scald user, so it could burn a Pokemon down while attacking it. And it gets a few other moves to back it up. Jolteon, just like I said about Mimikyu, most likely a one-trick pony. You'd say like Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, a few coverage moves for like Shadow Ball or a Hidden Power, and then carry an item with it like Life Orb, Specs, or Scarf, and you'd be good. Shaymin is a little bit versatile from what I know. Has that strong Seed Flare it gets. Has like Earth Power, Air Slash, Extra Sensory, I think. No, I think it gets Psychic. That's a whole lot better. And Dazzling Gleam for a couple of moves that it gets. Leech Seed, Synthesis, moves like that. His Mega was Mega Glalie, which I was actually kind of questioned about because how he got. But it's honestly not bad for him to get Mega Glalie because not if it was a Pokemon he could get that refrigerated, boosted, double edge, or return into a whole bunch. I'll deal with that later. Sorry, guys. Gets access to Earthquake, can set up spikes, can gets that new move Freeze Dry. As far as Gen 7, I think it's Gen 7. No, it's Gen 6, and they got Freeze Dry to hit water types and stuff like that. But it's not like defensively since it's offensive. Since it has a Mega Evolve, it's got offensive stats. Next is Uxie. It's a very bulky Pokemon. Set up rocks, can set up Trick Room, can U-turn, can Heal Bell, Wish, stuff like that. Has like real good psychic stat moves. Gurdurr is a very bulky Pokemon. Really good with that EV Light, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, can knock off an item, get elemental punches, and a few other moves. And then finally Rampardos, which even though I've used, I do not have as much experience as I would need to have Rampardos. But when I know it can have like a bunch of different moves with that real high 165 base attack stat, excuse me, and even if it's not hitting on the physical side, it still hits hard, even with like Fire Blast that I know it gets off the top of my head, because that Sheer Force boosted that damage and still does a ton to maybe like a Steel type or a Grass type or something like that. Well, that's it for his team. Let's move on to the Pokemon I brought for the battle. First off, we have Pocket Heavy, the Magearna Expert Belt, because I've opted on going for Life Orb, but I did not want to take damage every single turn, and I wanted to like live a hit, possibly, and then be able to set up Shift Gear. I do have Volt Beam, Ice Beam, and Thunderbolt, and then I have Flash Cannon as like a stab move out of any other move that I want, because I wanted to deal with this. For Flash Cannon, I had, aside from being stabbed, it's able to hit Mimikyu really hard, one hit KO it. Nihilego gets one-shotted. Glalie gets one-shotted, and Rampardos gets one shot. And basically, it stabs, so it could do a ton to every one of his Pokemon except for maybe like Arcanine or Garchomp. Or Gurdurr, too. And I carried Ice Beam, so I'm able to deal with that Garchomp. And I'm also able to hit that Shaymin that it does have. And Thunderbolt, I did carry for that Celesteela. I also carried it for Empoleon. Even if it's like a special defensive set, it's still taking about half. It's still doing about half its health, so that's something good. Ren, max speed, max special attack, timid, because I have Soul Heart, so I want to get. So if I do click Shift Gear, I reach out to a 502 speed, which is still faster than the Scarfed Garchomp, and I'm still able to click Ice Beam on it and knock it out. So I ran that set. Next up, we have Jet the Latios. Psyche MZ with Draco, Psychic, Earthquake, and HP Fire. Reason I ran have it as mixed set is because I wanted to keep Earthquake on for Nihilego, and it also has like Arcanine, Empoleon, and Jolteon. Earthquake is very good to have because Empoleon most of the time would be running a specially defensible or especially bulky set, have like max HP, max special defense. So Earthquake would be like a good move to have. It would do like around 30 or like a third of its health to like maybe like even half of its health. So with that little chip of damage, it could be turned into a lot, or it'd be enough to kill it in the end. Draco always carry because it's a stab move. Of course, Draco is really good for any dragon type because they're only made for dragon types. Hits very well in Garchomp because it's super effective. Like I said, stab, dragon type moves always go well. And I have Psychic here, and I have the option to go for a Shadow Psyche with the power of Psychic. And like naturally, Psychic would be really get well against Nihilego, but I did not want to have like Psychic be the only way I could touch it, because I would want Earthquake, because I don't think Psychic would be like 100% kill even if it had just like no HP or no HP EVs and had like 4 special defense. I believe it would not kill off the top of my head. I don't know for sure, but I count that. But I'm just trying to remember. I did keep Psychic for Glalie. I mean not Glalie, Gurdurr, because it's real strong. I believe it's still one shots even for like max HP, and then from just max HP, because most of the time it would be like max HP, max attack, even with the Evil Eye, it would still like do a ton of damage to the Gurdurr. You think lately, but I do have HP Fire as a coverage move for Shaymin and for Glalie. This time I'm getting it right. And then the Earthquake, like I said before, does real well against Nihilego. Hits Arcanine pretty hard if it's like an offensive set. Hits Empoleon, like I said, for a special bulky set, and also can hit Jolteon pretty well. Next up, we have Bolt, the Mega Manectric. I decided to run him, and I'm going to have Lightning Rod as my ability before I Mega Evolve. That way, if I want to switch into this in front of a Jolteon, it hits me with the Thunderbolt, I get a +1 special attack boost. I Mega Evolve, and nothing wants to stand on this thing. except for maybe like a Gurdurr. But even if I get that +1, it's a 2-hit KO. So it's switching in to a Thunderbolt, taking half of its health, and taking another one and getting eliminated. So of course Thunderbolt will switch stab moves I needed. Deals real well against Celesteela. Deals also Empoleon. Does more than half, so it's really good. So if it gets like chipped from a little bit of health, it will get knocked out instantly. Stab move is always really good to have. I did pack Flamethrower over Overheat because I do not want that chance of missing, nor do I want to take a -2 special attack drop from whenever I click a move, which is really good for Shaymin and for Mega Glalie. And the last move I carried was HP Ice, mainly for that Garchomp because I knew that that thing would be a real threat if it came on the field, and I did not have anything for it to outspeed it with. The only way this can go wrong if it's a Scarf set, because I know from even Intimidate it would do like 95 max off the top of my head. Moving on, we have 6 seconds the Suicune. Shout out to Shizzy. I decided to run a sub Calm Mind set with leftovers and Scald and Ice Beam as my 2 moves. I decided to run max HP, max special defense, and have like a little investment in special attack because defense wise it's really good and I wanted to keep like that. And since I really wouldn't have a way to boost my defense that I know of, I have Calm Mind, so I'm able to boost my special attack. Special attack and special defense. Those get boosted. My defense is already high enough as it is. And the defense is mainly for like a Garchomp outraging on me, a Wood Hammer from Mimikyu, a Wild Charge from Arcanine, which doesn't even do half if I'm max HP, max defense. And even Glalie with this set cannot touch me. Empoar still does like half, but it's better to take half than take like 70 or 80 from like a stab rock type moves. And of course, Scald, stab damage, can have that chance of burning. Always gone on any Pokemon, no matter what. And then Ice Beam is the coverage move for Garchomp and Shaymin that I do have to face against. Next up, we have Aquamarine, the Feraligatr, Life Orb, Giant Dance, Liquidation, Ice Punch, and Earthquake. I'm looking at the team right now, and there is no absolute switch-ins for this, except for maybe Gurdurr. Other than that, there's no switch-ins for this team. Once it says one Dragon Dance, even just one, nothing on his team would want to take a Liquidation, Ice Punch, or Earthquake. Of course, Liquidation is a new move that I get. I explained it in my draft. Does get access to Liquidation, struggling the Waterfall, gets boosted, and hits real hard against Arcanine. Even if it runs a defense set, it's doing over half, so that's really good. Also knocks out Nihilego. I'm pretty sure it even knocks out Jolteon, even if it's not stab. I just ran Earthquake just because it hits like 4 Pokemon on the team. Hits Glalie really hard, hits Uxie really hard, Rampardos is down. Even Celesteela, it takes like almost half from Liquidation. Ice Punch is coverage move for Garchomp. Even the defense set still gets knocked out by an Ice Punch. I don't think I even need to set up for the Dragon Dance. That just thing goes down to an Ice Punch. Also have it for Shaymin. Once I set up a Dragon Dance and it's not Scarf, I'm able to outspeed and hit it and it's down. And I have Earthquake, like I said when I was playing Liquidation, for 4 Pokemon: Arcanine, Nihilego, Empoleon, and Jolteon. And possibly Empoar if I don't want to click Liquidation. But I do get hit with the Life Orb, sadly. If these 2 moves prevent me from getting hit from Life Orb, and Earthquake is the only move that doesn't, as far as I know. But it's always good to carry Earthquake because it's coverage move, and it's something that I needed for this set. And then my final Pokemon is Whitney, and I'll explain the set a little bit. I do carry Assault Vest, mainly because I saw his special attacking Pokemon. Oh my gosh, can't speak. And I saw that I really didn't have anything for it, aside from Suicune if I set up Calm Mind. But I wanted something to take 1 hit and able to hit back with just as much power. So I bought Miltank, Body Slam, Earthquake, Fire Punch, and Ice Punch, max attack, max speed, for the reason of being able to speed tie with Shaymin, and if he decides to run like a defensive Garchomp, he gets that hit with an Ice Punch. Or even if he runs like Adamant Garchomp, he still gets hit with an Ice Punch, does not have defense EVs, and gets knocked out. Body Slam is always a good move to have on Miltank. Has that 30% chance of paralyzing. stab move and all that. Earthquake, like I said before, all these ground type moves that I have on these Pokemon are for those 4 Pokemon I explained. Arcanine, Nihilego, Empoleon, Jolteon, and also if you want to count Rampardos, that though I doubt I'd be staying in on that thing with Miltank. I have Fire Punch as the coverage move for Celesteela. Mainly the only reason why I carried that. Also can hit Glalie really hard. And I did carry Ice Punch for Shaymin and Garchomp. Now that is it for my team. I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see y'all when the battle happens. Thanks for watching, and